Welcome back to Impact Math, you guys. We are going to be doing the HESI test 1. If you know anybody that's taken this test and they're struggling with the math, please share this with them. Hi, I am. Hey, Mrs. Hello, you guys. All right, so we have add 101 plus 623. All right, so I'm going to give you guys some time to, what do you guys think the answer is? A, B, C, or D? What do you guys say? Hello, happy Saturday, everyone. Okay, Stacy said A, Mrs. said C. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, so we have 101, 694 plus 623. And so 4 plus 3 is 7. 9 plus 2 is 11. Carry the 1. 6 plus 6 is 12. Okay, so look, right here, when I have 17, I know this D is out. Okay, so now I just gave myself a third of an option. And then 12 plus 1 is 13. Carry the 1. So now I just know C is out. So now I have a 50-50 chance. And 1 plus 1 is 2. I would stop there and I would circle B and I would move on because this is a time test. So let your... Oh, hey, man. So my little guy just woke up. So you guys might hear him. Hey, man, I thought you were asleep. You say hi?
Hi.
Okay. Don't come listen. It said, okay, so let's look at number 2. Okay. So as I was saying, use your multiple choice to help you. Okay. To aid into your answers. Okay. So let's check out number 2. How will the number 847.89623 be written if rounded to the nearest hundredth? Okay, so Ty said it's A, Country said it's C, Emma said it's A. Okay, it's A. Okay, so let's see. Okay, we're getting a lot of A's here. So the nearest hundred spot. This 8 is the tenths. This 9th is the hundredths. So you look over to the right of it, and if this number is bigger than 5, this goes up by 1. So let me write this out. 847, right? Now we're going to add 1 to this. But by adding 1 to this, that 9 goes to a 0 and we have to add 1 here because 9 plus 1 is 10. So we add the 1. So 8 plus 1 is 9. So if you chose A, yeah, you are 100% on point. Good. Okay. So 10th spot, hundredths. This is the hundredths. Look to the right. If it's above 5, add 1, carry the 1, and you'll get 90.
Hi.
Oh, they said hi. Deborah said hi, baby.
Hi.
They're saying hello.
Hello.
So number 3, okay. Somebody said 3 is C. Love it. Okay. Anybody else? What you guys get for 3? Thank you for all the follows and the double taps, you guys. I really appreciate it. Okay, see, I got a lot of B's, C's. Okay, what is the value of the sum? Okay, we got to know what that means. Sum means add of 1/3 and 2/5. So we're going to do 1/3 plus 2/5. Now, when we're adding fractions, remember, you have to have the same common denominator. Yep, LCM, least common multiple. Yes. So what we're going to do here is these are both odds. When you have odd numbers, you're going to multiply top and bottom by 5. And we're going to multiply this side, top and bottom, by this odd number, 3. Okay. So then we get 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 2 times 3 is 6. And then 5 times 3 is 15. Okay. So just right here, By knowing that my bottom's going to be 15, I'm going to cancel out A for sure because that has an 8 at the bottom. And I'm going to also cancel out C. Okay. Because when you add fractions, the denominator must stay the same. And what's the denominator? The bottom number must stay the same. So now we're going to do 5 plus 6. So just by knowing that, I know D is out because that's not 15. So B would be my answer. I don't even need to do the top. I just have to understand that when I add fractions, the denominator stays the same. They helped me out because they only gave me one denominator with 15. So I hope that makes sense. So, and then 11, somebody said, well, we simplify. We can't simplify this because they're both odd numbers, but this is a prime number. So only 1 times 11 will give you 11. So they have nothing in common. Okay. So, yep. All right. So, I just was doing some functions last night. I might jump on later and do some more functions. Like what is a function, X and Y intercepts for algebra babies. Okay. But that's going to be later. All right, so add and express in reduced form this. All right, I'm going to let you guys take a look at it. Oh, sorry. Somebody said this stuff is hard. I know. You know what makes this hard? Because I feel like you do this in middle school, and by the time you're ready to like go to college, or it depends on where you test at, right? Or what class you don't usually do this, or you get to use a calculator. So that's what makes it hard remembering, because you haven't seen this since middle school or elementary. Okay, so somebody said C. Love it. Okay, bro said C. Okay. All right, so 7/12 plus 5/9. Okay, so add and express in reduced form. Does anybody know what 9 and 12 can both go into? Does anybody know? It's A or C? A? 36. Okay, somebody said 36. Okay, so we can multiply 12 by 3. And we can multiply 9 by 4. Okay, so 3 times 7 gets us 21. And 3 times 12 gets us 36. Plus 5 times 4 gets us 20. And 9 times 4 gets us 36. Okay. Now we have the same common denominator. Here is 36. So I'm going to look at my answer. I know D is out. I know B is out because those don't end in 36. So we're so close because now we got a 50-50 chance. Now 21 plus 20 gives me 41. But you got to be careful here because it says reduced form. So once it says that, this is not reduced form because my numerator is bigger than my denominator. So I'm automatically going to go to A. I'm not going to waste time making it into a mixed number because it's a time test. Okay. But since it's not actually like we're not timed right now, I'm going to show you how the answer is A, but I just want you to use your testing skills. These are testing skills that, you have to apply. Okay. Especially when you're paying money to take these tests, you guys. Remember, it's all about the money. How many people can we fail to retake, right? To get into these programs. So now, okay, so let's look at it. Okay. So, somebody said, where did you get the 3 and the 4 come from? Excellent. Okay. So I asked the question, what does 12 and 9 both go into? Now, if we look at our answers here, they gave us what 12 and 9 goes into because they either said it's 9 or 4 or 36. So 36 has to go into 12. So that's where, if you look at your answers, that's where you're going to get what 12 and 9 both go into. Now, you have to know your multiplication. And so 12 times what gets me 36? Well, 12 times 3, and that's where you get the 3. What you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. And then 9 times what gets you 36? Well, 9 times 4 gets you 36. That's where we got the 36 from. Okay. Because a lot of people have troubles with finding the lowest common multiple. But the good thing is, whenever you have a multiple choice, one of your answers are here. So you can look there and not be guessing 1,000 numbers. Just look here and then try it. Okay. Thank you, Danny. Good, Gio. Good. I'm glad you got it. What is the HESI? The HESI test is for some nurses have to take this, some dental assistants, respiratory therapists. They have to take this test in order to get into their program. So I help people pass this part. There's more parts to it. It's like a math, there's science, all kind of different parts, but usually some people struggle with the math. Yep. Okay, let's go to the next. Oh, we're going to finish this. So how many times does 36 go into 41? One time. Okay. So 1 times 36 gives us 36. We're going to minus. Now, 41 minus 36. I don't have to guess, right? Because my answer is right here. So I know it's 5 times. And then how you write this as a mixed number, you always put your remainder over what you divided by, which is 36. Okay. Oh, good, Johnny. I'm glad I'm re-educating you. Good. Okay, so which of the following is equivalent to the value of the digit 3 in the number this? Ooh, okay. So this is very confusing, right? Because they have some equivalent. Some people don't know what that means. That means equal to the value of the digit 3. Okay. In this number. So I'm looking at this digit right here. What this is saying, you guys, is what place value is the 3 in? Does anybody know what place value this 3 is in? Okay. Okay. I see, C is 3/10. C, it's D. MJ said it's D. D. Okay. This is where we get, this is like, we haven't learned this. I think you learned this in like elementary, like 3rd grade, place value. So this is the ones place on this side. Over here is the tenths. Then you get the hundredths. Okay. So if this is in the 100 spots, so if we write this was 2, bring down the 1, 3, they asked us what the 3 digit is in. It's in the hundreds. So how you write this is 3 over 100 because it's 300ths. And so D is, yep, it's the 100th spot. And D is our answer. Yes. Yep. So if you understand this language that they're just asking for place value, then it's like, oh, okay. Once you go back and you remember the place value. But a lot of people struggle with this because they don't remember. They haven't done it in so long. Unless you guys are in the stocks, right? These place values, when the Dogecoin went up, like doubled, tripled our money, right? It's some good times with this hundreds and 10 hundreds. You can make a lot of money with this place value over here when you get into crypto and stuff. Who know what I'm talking about in the comments? You be watching it like a hawk, like, oh, please move a place over here. Yep, I'm showing place value right here. Oh, somebody said it feels like a literacy test. No, their literacy test is way worse. I looked at it. I was like, I don't even know if I could pass it. I'm a high school math teacher, okay? So this one, number 3. How will 4/5 be written as a percent? Oh, you're so welcome. How will 4/5 be written as a percent? Okay, what do you guys say? Okay, it said D, B, Liz. Hey, Liz. Liz said B, C, B. Bro said D. Okay. Sel said 80%, 20%. All right. Whenever I look at a fifth, this is how I train my mind, okay? I train my mind by a fifth. How many? So I always think about money, okay? I always think about 100 because percent means per 100. So how many fives go into 100? Well, $20 is 1/5, okay? If you can remember that, this will save you a lot of headache. $20 is one of those 20s out of 100. So 20 is 1/5. But here it's saying we have 4 20s. So how many is 4 20s? Well, 4 20s is 80. And it is B. B. Oops, I put them in the wrong order. Sorry, y'all. Must have been sleepy. So yes, it is B. Okay, 80%.
Can we eat candy, please?
Yeah, you guys can have a little tiny bit. Don't eat it all, okay? Okay, so 20% equals 1/5. So if you can remember, 1/5 is always 20. You have 4 of those 20s. And so does that make sense, you guys, what we're saying? How 1/5 is a $20? So there's 5 20s to make 100. Oh, yeah. Because of this. A, B, C, D. Yeah, it's all, I put B down here. Oh, good. Okay. It does make sense. Okay. Wait, I have a question. Kobe, what's your question? Yeah, ask it. Thank you, Mel, for the follow. Thank you for the double taps, you guys. How did you get the 1/5? Okay, so I got the 1/5 from 4/5 because in order to get 4/5, 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 equals, so 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 plus 1/5 equals 4/5. So I look at it as, well, 1/5 is always a $20 bill for 100. So if I have 20, so each fifth is a 20, then I can know that that's 80%. Because 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 is 80%. And remember, percent means 100. So that's why you go to the 20. Because what makes how many, like a fifth, how many, so there's 20s, there's 5 20s that make up 100. So now I'm rumbling, but I hope that makes sense. If not, somebody else explain it in the, okay, oh good, you see it? Okay, perfect. Okay, good. Help me out in the chat, okay? If you got a better way of explaining it. Decide the 100 by 5s. Yep. Decide the 100 by 5s and get 20. Okay. Number 4. Okay. Stud said number 4 is B. Okay. Question 4 is D. Ooh, we got B or D. Okay. We all over the place on this one. C, D. Okay. So let's look at number 4. So we're going to subtract. So we're going to do 7, 2, 3, 6 minus 9, 7, 8. Okay. I can't borrow from here. I can't borrow from here. So I'm going to borrow all the way from here. So I'm going to change this to a 6. Put a 1 here. Make this 11. Change this to 13. Make this a 12. And then 16. Well, 16 minus 8 is 8, or 8 plus 8 gives me 16. 7 plus what gives me 12? Well, 5 plus 7 gets me 12. And then 9 plus what gets me 11? 2 plus 9 gives me 11. And then I drop down my 6. And so if you said D was your answer, you were correct. So I hope everybody was paying attention. I don't like subtraction, but I'm really good at adding. So how I always trained my brain, instead of like, how far is it? I always just say 8 plus what gets me this. 7 plus what gets me this. 9 plus what gets me that. And then just drop down. Oh, good. Nell said me too. Oh, Kobe said it's not. Okay, did I make a mistake? Let me see. So 7, 2, 3, 6. I wrote the problem right. 9, 7, 8. And then, okay, I borrowed from 6, made this 12, borrowed from the 12, made it 11. Made that 13, borrowed 12. And then I do 16. So I'm going to do 7, 2, 3, 6 minus 9, 7, 8. We'll just check it on the calculator. And it's 6, 2, 5, 8. Okay. Nah, I'm not perfect though. Sometimes I do be messing up a little bit. So I always want to double check. All right. Let's go here. Okay, so you guys, I wanted to tell you guys that I'm going to start doing on Sundays for my subscribers because they are supporting me and I want to support them back. I'm going to start doing homework help on Sundays. So if anybody wants me to review anything for their homework, any type of thing, and if I know it, we're going to talk about it. Okay, so that's for my subscribers for who help and support me. So I did want to say that. Oh, thank you, HM. Okay. Slim said B for number 1. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for all the follows and the double taps, you guys. And thank you for chilling with me on a Saturday. Okay. Hearn said C. Carr said D. MJ said D. Okay. All right. So let's check it out. What are all the factors of 12? Okay. So how I look at this is what times what gives me 12? 2 times 6. So that's a factor. Another factor is 1 times 12. And then 3 times 4 gets me 12. So I know A is out because that's not a factor of 12. 36 is not a factor. It's a multiple. And C has to be out because 48 is a multiple and not a factor. So now I just gave myself a 50-50 chance. This left out the 3. So D is our answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so, yep, if you said D, you were right on. Good. Yes. And trust me, you are not the only one. I used to do it all the time, mix up what a factor is and what a multiple is. But it's only because I didn't understand what multiple means. So and then I started to say, okay, what does multiple actually mean? Multiple means like if I have multiple husbands or multiple wives, that means I have way more. It's not just one. It's like way more. I have way more. Like I have more than the standard, than the norm, I would say, right? If I have multiple children, that means I have like 5 or 6, like a lot of children, multiple children. Versus factors, when I think about factors, the numbers have to be smaller than the given number. But multiples are always bigger than the given number. So that's how I kind of think about it. Like, oh, I want multiple children. I want way more children, or, Just try to make it into real life, and then it'll start clicking more. What's the difference between a factor and a multiple? Yeah. Good. I'm glad you get it now. Okay, Liz said C. Oh, thank you, Stella. Okay, AJ says C for the next one. Oh, you're so welcome. Okay, so let's look at this one. So it says subtract 653.4 minus 59.38. All right. So now this is a common mistake because a lot of people want to just put 8 here. But remember, if there's no number here, we have to put a 0. Okay? Especially when we're subtracting. But if we're adding the number, then you could just drop down 8. But we're subtracting. And we can't take 0 away from 8. So we have to borrow from here, make this a 3. And then make this a 10. So 10 minus 8, or 8 plus what gives me 10? 2. 3 minus 3 is 0. And I can stop right there. I do not even need to complete this because the only number in my answer that has 0, 2 is C. And so if you said C was your answer, you were on it. Yep. And remember, this is a time test, you guys. You don't have time to be working out the whole problem. Always look back at your answers that they gave you. And as soon as you see, see, I couldn't do it when I first got 2 here. Oh, somebody said, wait, why do we borrow? Okay, that's a great question. We had to borrow 653.4 minus 59.38. See, we had to borrow because we can't, there's no number here, so you always just put a placeholder of a 0. But I can't minus 0 from 8. We cannot take 8, or we can't take 0 from 8. So we have to borrow here to make this a 3 and make this a 10 because the number on top, when we're subtracting, always has to be bigger than the number on the bottom. Oh, somebody said they can't see. Oh, sorry. Let me scoot it over here. So can you see it? Did I scoot it over enough? So the number on top always has to be bigger than the number on the bottom, and 0 is not bigger than 8. So that's why we have to borrow from the 4 and make it a 3, and then carry the 1 over to make it 10. And since 10 is bigger than 8, then we can subtract. So I hope that makes sense. Yes. Okay. All right, let's go to number 3. Let's look at number 3. So I'm going to just pull it over here so you guys can see, because I don't know why it's like so big this time. Okay, so subtract and express in reduced form 19/24 minus 1/6. So I'm going to write it over here so we can all see it. So 19/24 minus 1/6. Okay. And I'm going to give you your options over here. So what do you guys say 3 is? Oh, somebody said, oh, I thought you just dropped down the number. No, yeah, we can't. Oh, good. So that's what I was explaining. If we were adding, it's like if this was addition. Wait, let's go back up to this one because that was a good. So 653.4. And if we have 59.38. If you are adding, then you can always just drop down the number. But when you're subtracting, the number on top always has to be bigger than the number on the bottom in order to subtract. That's the main difference. So that's really good. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of C's for this one. I love it. Okay, so here, remember, whenever we have the same common denominator, we have to have the same common denominator when we subtract. This is 24. We know 6 goes into 24, but how many times? So 6 times what? Can you guys tell me? 6 times what gets me 24? What do you guys say? 6 times what gets me 24? Good. Her said 4. T said 4. Yes. So it is 4. So we have 19 over 24 minus, and then 1 times 4 is 4. And then 6 times 4 is 24. Okay. Now, okay, so right now, just by doing this, I know I can eliminate D. And I know I can eliminate B. Now I just gave myself a 50-50 chance. So 24 stays the same. And then 19 minus 4 gets me 15. But wait, is this reduced all the way? What number does 15 and 24 both have in common? Oh, somebody said, do we only do this for the denominator? Okay, so somebody said, do we only do this for the denominator? Whenever you're subtracting fractions, you always have to have the same bottom in order to subtract. Or if you're adding, okay? But when we multiply, we don't need that. Good. And then I saw somebody say divide, I think it was Tamar, said divide by 3, top and bottom. That's what they have in common. So 15 divided by 3 gives us a 5. And 24 divided by 3 gives us an 8. And that is the reduced, expressed in reduced form. This is reduced form. So you see how they gave us the non-reduced and reduced? They always will try to trick you like that. How do you reduce a number? I've been so confused on that every time I'm in class. Oh, okay. So let's do a little reducing. Little reducing. Okay, so how do we reduce a number? Let's say if I gave you 4 eighths, okay? And I want to reduce that. Well, when you're trying to reduce a number, you're looking for a number that goes both into the top and the bottom. So what number goes into both top and bottom? What do you guys say? What's the first number you see? Okay, her said 2. And that is perfect. Whitney said 2 or 4. Yes, okay. So I saw 4 right away, but most people will see 2, and there's nothing wrong with that. So if you see 2, you're just going to divide the top and bottom by 2, because whatever you do to the top, you have to do to the bottom. So now you would say 4 divided by 2 gets us a 2 over 8 divided by 2 gets us a 4. Now, let's ask again. We have to ask ourselves again. Do we see something that they both have in common? Do they share a same kind of number? Two. Yes. Okay, they said 2 again. Yes, Sweet said 2 again. So we would just then have to divide by 2 again. So 2 divided by 2 is 1. And then 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now, yes, Melanie said 1/2. Excellent. As soon as you see the 1, which is an odd, over an even, you can stop. Okay, because there's nothing that's going to be in common. And that's how you reduce. So you're basically each time looking for what they share, the number that they have in common. Okay. All right. Let's get to solving some algebra, right? With number 1. So let me go. Can you guys see number 1? Okay, so 1/2, not 1/4. Yep. It's 1/2. I'm telling you guys, moms, when you are blessed with a boy, This is my cuddle buddy. Sleep, but as soon as I try to put him down, making that noise, okay? He want to be right on my hip. I tell you, I love it. I better take it all right now because when he get big, he probably not going to want it. But, whew, I'm so spoiled. Oh, don't be scared now, Johnny. No, don't let algebra scare you. Oh, thank you. Yes, mama teachers are. Yes. So as soon as there is a prime number, you stop reducing. I don't always want to say that because what if you have the same prime number on top then as on bottom? Then you can still reduce. But what I want to say is if you have an odd number and an even number on top, that's when you could really stop reducing. But why did you divide by 3 though? Okay, so let's go. I'm going to go back real quick. Why I divided by 3 over here is because I'm going to break this down. Yeah, let's break this down. So when you're looking to reduce things, you can ask yourself, what times what gets you that number? So what times what gives us 15? Well, 5 times 3 gets us 15, okay? And then we could say, what times what gets us 24? Well, 8 times 3 gets us 24. So what do the top and bottom both have in common? They both have these 3's in common. So that's why we can take them out and we're left with 5 divided by 8. Okay, Nell said, so the top always odd and the bottom is even. Gotcha. Yes, or vice versa. Or if you have an even on top and an odd on bottom. But yes, you got it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're so welcome, Fav. Yep. All right, let's look at number 1. Those are great questions, you guys. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's look at number 1 here. So it says, if -3 parenthesis x plus 4 equals x plus 8, what is the value of x? All right. So does anybody know the first step that we have to do when we have a number attached to a parenthesis? Does anybody know what we first have to do?
Yeah.
It's okay. Good. Distribute. Yes. So we're going to distribute this. We're going to distribute this here and here. Okay. So we're going to do, and that just means multiply. So we're going to do -3x. Okay. 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 Oh. So we're going to do -3x. And then -3 times 4 is a -12 equals x plus 8. Okay. Now, what do I have to do next? Good. I'm glad the memories are coming back. Does anybody know what we do next? Get rid of the C, okay. Bring x to the other side. Yes, we need to bring x to the other side. This is a positive x, so we have to do the opposite of positive, and we're going to minus x to both sides. So -3 minus 1 gets us a -4x minus 12 equals 8. Okay. Now I need this -12 to the other side. So I have to do the opposite. So I have to add 12 and add 12. And we get -4x equals 20. Okay. Yep. Good. And then our last step always. Good. So somebody said D. Divide by What's with the x? -4. X equals a -5. And if you said D was your answer, 100% on point. Good, good, good. All right, you guys, I'm going to try to put my son to sleep, and I'll try to be back on tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will hopefully see you guys back tonight if you guys are available. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, you guys. Thank you, thank you.